Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is supposed to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below, right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you're notified of every time I go live, like now, post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape, or form, or you just want to give this channel some light love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Now, in a few moments, I'm going to be discussing intrusive questions sexuals ask asexuals. In this particular case, it's me. So before we get into that, if you don't know who I am an asexuality coach. I specialize in dating and relationships, and I'm also a sexual author and trainer. This is my first published book for asexuals, which is called Asexual Perspectives. 47 asexual stories, love, life, sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. Writing is my huge passion, followed very closely by asexuality. And I also love writing other books. So I wrote a book called Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook to help other people with fibromyalgia to have less pain, more energy, and feel happier like a superhero rock star. And this is also an autobiography as well. So it's all cool. Yes, so let's get into tonight's video. So you may have been following my journey for a while. I share my own life journey in order to help you in yours. Like I said, I specialize in dating relationships, and in order to do this successfully, I am in dating and relationships groups, both for asexuals and non-asexuals. So when you're an asexual person who is in a group full of sexuals, obviously there's a lot of commotion as to why you don't want and don't like sex. It's very, very repetitive. It's very, very boring for an asexual to have to deal with all the time. You know, it's like people make out it's such a big deal that you don't have sex, like something is drastically wrong with you. The world is going to fall and crumble. Oh my God, you're never going to get someone for you, and all that rubbish that we have to endure, right? So I'm having a conversation recently in this dating group, which is an entrepreneur dating group, right? So I would have thought that it's meant to be a lot nicer. A lot more people should be more open-minded. But someone was asking in this particular post, what are deal breakers for you? You know, what can you not, you know, what would you not tolerate in a relationship, or what would you want in a relationship? So deal breakers are something you can't do without, or you don't want, basically, in a relationship. So I want no sex, no marriage, no kids, a non-smoker, to live separately, and a guy in his 20s, early 30s at the latest. Really, I want a guy in his 20s, right? But some guys in their 30s look younger than they are early 30s, so that might be possible. Plus, they usually know what they want, theoretically speaking. So yeah, I want no sex, no marriage, no kids, a non-smoker, to live separately, and a guy in his 20s, early 30s at the latest, right? So this guy goes, Sandra, where do you find men like that? Question mark. Obviously, the no sex thing filters out almost all of them, but not living together? Question mark. That sounds like a good friend to me. Please educate me on your perspective. I'm asexual in sexual orientation. It means I lack sexual attraction. Therefore, it's normal for me not to want sex or procreate. I do understand that some asexuals do still have the need for kids, a desire for kids. I don't. I've never had that, and it's quite normal. Just like it's normal for some asexuals to still want that because they've still got the biological clock thing ticking. It's very normal for a lot of asexuals not to want that, right? But it's normal for me, and it's normal as I'm asexual, especially, right? So I put about 10% of people in relationships don't live together. It's common among sexuals, not just asexuals. It's called a living apart together relationship. Some people are married and don't live together. I've had customers like this. I'm a heteromantic asexual. I like to kiss, hug, and hold hands with guys and be romantic with them, not have sex. I love tongue kissing and don't do that with my friends. So it's definitely not like just a good friend. I have good friends. Your partner should be your bestest friend anyway. Friendship is a foundation of any good long-term relationship. If you judge a relationship purely based on whether you are having sex or not. Your standards for a relationship are different to mine. Now, I think that's a really good thing that I put there. I'll read that last bit out again. If you judge a relationship purely based on whether you are having sex or not, your standards for a relationship are different to mine. This is very empowering, right? It's a very good answer because you're basically saying their standards aren't the same as yours. This is what you require in a relationship. Doesn't matter what other people require. It's your relationship and this is what you want, right? So this person then goes, just curious, what's the reason for not wanting to live with your asexual identifying partner? Also, what is the percentage of just men in the US that identify as asexual? 1% question mark. Then you add your preference. Of not wanting to share a house. Am I way off? And I put, I haven't got a partner because it is actually a single group, right? And I have lived on my own for years and love it that way. I live a very unconventional lifestyle, like a non-traditional relationship and life. I live like a teenager and very happy on my own. I often go to sleep between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. It's actually 1:56 a.m. here in the UK at the moment. I love the single occupancy flat I live in. I don't wish to cook, clean, or do housework for a guy. He should be able to do that for himself. I like to live separately. The world population is a recorded 1% are asexual. I live in the UK, not the USA. And he's like, ha ha, I just assumed you were American. I'm Atlantic, living in the US, so I have no reason to do so. Yeah, it's really weird. Loads of people think I'm from the US. Like, hello to all the US people. And he put, I'm glad you're happy your single life, but I would think many modern would be happy to share household chores and make food. Have you met many men that share your lack of sexual attraction? Now, this guy isn't so bad. He's being more polite, but you wait till the next guy starts asking me questions. He is really, really bad. Trying to disqualify my asexuality, which is just ridiculous. So this guy, so basically, like I would think many modern would be happy to share household chores and make food. At the end of the day, right, why make more work for myself? If I live with someone, they probably want to clean up a lot more than I do. If I go and live with someone, they'll want to do a lot more housework. I don't. I want to live life to the max, not be blooming dusting. I don't dust anyway, apart from my TV, if I need to watch it for Blu-ray play. The Blu-ray player, I don't dust like up there because it's really tall ceilings. Only going to get dusty again. And I don't use that area hardly ever. So what's the point? And then I put, yes, I met many asexual men who lack sexual attraction. I run 5 asexual groups, 3 are for dating, and also on 2 asexual dating sites and on an asexual dating app. I have asexual guy friends, but none are suitable for a relationship with me. I don't like cooking and a guy must do that for himself. I have better things to do with my time than cook and clean. I do the bare minimum I need. I would rather be productive and live my life purposes and look after myself. I don't want to share household bills either. And then this guy comes in, right? This guy, we'll call him A. His name does begin with A, right? A says, Sandra, are you okay with that type of asexual relationship if your partner is having sex outside of your relationship? How is it an asexual relationship if my partner's having sex outside the relationship? That isn't actually an asexual relationship. That would be a polyamorous relationship. And I put, no, I want a monogamous and faithful partner. I deserve as much monogamy as a sexual person. I prefer an asexual guy and will wait until I find the right asexual guy for me. This other woman was really good. She said, thank you for the education and thank you for the previous guy for asking the question because he was more polite, and she's polite. But this A guy is just a nightmare. So I said, you're very welcome to this woman, right? Then this A guy was going on. Sandra, so you're okay with sexual things in your relationship, but not intercourse. Am I understanding correctly? So he's getting intrusive. Can you see how this is leading? I put, no, I just love passionate tongue kissing for up to 3 hours, holding hands, cuddling and PDA with the right asexual guy. I'm new to repulse and sex repulse for me personally these days. I have no wish for a guy to see me naked. Ever. And I do not want to see his genitals. I'm attracted to a guy's face, not below the waist. And I like foreign guys, particularly Indian, particularly 21 to 24 years. I had a global online asexual meetup today and it was ace. Just no one is romantically compatible with me yet. I will continue my search. Here he goes again. A. Okay, I understand better now. Did you know that scientifically it's unhealthy for a man not to ejaculate / utilize his prostrate? Just curious if you knew that. Sandra Bellamy, to add to my previous comment, what makes this work for you is personal masturbation. Am I understanding that? Like, it's just like he can't get his head around the fact that they don't experience sexual attraction. A lack of sexual attraction has nothing to do with masturbation. And do you know what I mean? And anyway, in his comment towards the fact that men need to ejaculate and utilize your prostrate, I said I have asexual friends who are guys, and not all of them masturbate, and they live very happy and healthy lives. Everyone is different. What works for one person doesn't work for all. And I said I don't need to masturbate. My pleasure is in kissing. And then he goes, you actually didn't answer my question about the prostrate usage. Did you know that or not? It's scientifically true that non-usage greatly increases chances of prostate cancer. Which I should have replied to, but I didn't. I should have replied, well, if women have vaginal sex, it can lead to vaginal cancer. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't. Because I just getting, you know, like he was basically trying to justify the way that men need to have sex, but obviously men can masturbate anyway. Anyway, and then he goes on. So, when you have a menstrual... I couldn't believe this intrusive question or what. So, this is A again. When you have a menstrual cycle, do you not feel the normal female heightened sexual desire that human beings have monthly in conjunction with the reproduction process? Did you have previous life trauma that led you to being asexual? Honestly. First of all, I said no to the first thing. I do not have heightened sexual desire in conjunction with reproductive processes like time woman has her menstrual cycle. I don't get that. I do not want to reproduce at all. Ugh. And then I said to A, asexuality is a sexual orientation that is a lack of sexual attraction and not a result of trauma. I have always been asexual, but didn't realise that it's normal for some people to be asexual. My asexuality is non-negotiable. Now, if you remember, I've said this before, you know, you need to stamp your feet down and say your asexuality is non-negotiable. This guy can go on and on forever and a day, and it's still not going to budge. I'm still going to be asexual. However much he hates it or tries to ask me intrusive questions, it's ridiculous. You can't change a person just by the questions you ask and try to mind manipulate them, because I know what he's up to. And I put A, I have heard of some people saying that. This is when he was going on about men need to basically use the prostrate, right? So I put, I've heard of some people saying that. I have not done the research myself. What I do know is that no one should be made to do something they don't want to do or feel they need to do in the name of science. I also don't have to answer your questions if I don't want to, right? So this was his answer, right, to this, right? Sandra, okay, I absolutely agree with you that no one should have to do anything that they don't want to in the name of science. I also understand that you don't have to answer my questions, but I thought we were having a dialogue with each other on a subject matter that you are an expert of. I understand if you do not want to fully educate others about your lifestyle, your choice. I just have normal, respectful curiosity. I do not think it's respectful curiosity when it's going around implying that are you asexual because of trauma. It's ridiculous. Sandra, when you enjoy long sessions of kissing, do you feel sexually aroused while doing so? Do you see what I mean? It's just all leading questions. He's just trying to disqualify and disprove my asexuality. Arousal is not the same as sexual attraction. It doesn't matter if your genitals get aroused. Asexuality is about sexual attraction towards other people. Like, do I get the need, urge, want for partner sexual intercourse? Do I look at a guy and think, oh, I want to have sex with you. Let's quickly eat your penis up. You know what I mean? It'd be gross. It's sick even saying that, you know? I'm not interested in that. The guy doesn't even you know, like, I like guys, I don't like women, but the guy could be completely impotent. I'd be very happy with that because I don't need sex and I don't want it. Right? Because I'm asexual, I'm not sexually attracted. Sex is not interesting for me. It's actually not interesting for me. So I put I do fully educate people on my Asexualise My Asexual Life YouTube channel about asexuality in my newsletter on my blog, but every asexual is different. And you were asking me personal questions about myself, not just about asexuality in general. I offer one-to-one private coaching if anyone wants more expert advice. I don't recall me asking you any questions. I didn't ask him any questions. The fact you say I don't have to answer your questions, like, I don't want to ask him any questions. I'm not interested in him in the slightest. I just want him to stop going on asking me silly questions. Also, it's insulting for many asexuals to be asked if their sexual orientation is a result of trauma. We don't ask sexuals if their thirst for sex is due to something missing from their lives, which it could well be. I'm off to sleep now as I have work in a few hours. And this is true, right? This is damn true, people. Like, if people are saying about asexuals, like, is asexuality a result of trauma? You could equally say, is sexuals' thirst for sex due to something missing from their life? And is it a lack of love? Because love is ultimately always tied to sex. And if you're not getting sex, you're not loved, are you, in sexuals books? Which asexuals know is a complete load of rubbish. So if we really want to dive deep and we really want to fully investigate sexual orientation, then we should be diving deep into why there are heterosexuals in the world and why everyone's not asexual and why the thirst for sex is so predominant. Thank you for the thumbs up. Why sex is so predominant in society. What about that? You know, because there could be a lot of people missing a lot of love in their life and they're using sex to fulfill that love. So all the people that are really thirsty for sex, that can't live without it in their life, that feel they're suffering because of lack of sex, is it really lack of sex? Or is it the lack of feeling loved and wanted and needed? Because that's what we're ultimately led to believe when we're brought up. This is my serious question. This needs investigating, right? Because just because we're a minority sexual orientation doesn't mean to say we're wrong. I don't think anyone pops out the womb going, hey, I want sex today. No, it's because we associate sex with, as a society, not we personally, not asexuals, but as a society, they, I should say, instead of we, they, as a society, associate sex with love. They associate sex with closeness, feeling wanted and desired. You know, and I had a lot of problems on my asexual profile the other not so long ago because I've got two friends now that are sex coaches since I did that interview, since I was interviewed by a sex coach. And I said on my personal profile, which I'm allowed to say what the hell I want on there, that I get fed up of hearing sexuals say they're suffering not having sex. It's ridiculous. And one of the sex coaches took it very personally. And she said, stop judging me, you know? And the other person said they had clients and basically, you know, like, their clients really suffer because not having sex is like dying 1,000 times and their self-esteem is so low when they don't have it. So sexuals tie their self-esteem to sex. You should never tie your self-esteem to anything to do with another person because the other person can just take your self-esteem away just like that. And you should certainly never tie it to sex. And you shouldn't feel you're dying 1,000 deaths without sex. You can live without sex. You can't live without water or food, but you can live without sex. Eddie, I used to hunger for the sex, but I confused sex and love many times. Thank you, Eddie. The world needs a complete overhaul and revamp where relationships are concerned. The reason that I'm sure that so many sexuals have such a thirst for sex is because they desire the love and desire to be desired, wanted, needed. Thank you for the thumbs up. And this is what we should be asking ourselves. This is what articles should be about. Not as asexuals had trauma. It should be about why do sexuals thirst for sex? Why do they need it so badly? Why is it so essential to their life? They feel like dying because they're not having it. This, to me, shows there is some mental issues going on there, actually. It shows that sexuals have some serious mental issues that need to be helped. Not asexuals, but sexuals. All the sexuals out there that feel they're suffering when they're not having sex, that feel rejected and, and like they tie their self-worth and self-esteem to sex. That needs help. There's so many people that say, oh, asexual, you need help if you don't want sex. No, you want help for wanting sex so badly that you tie your self-esteem to it. If you're sexual. So bad you can't live without it. So bad you feel not loved or wanted or needed because you're not having sex. This is the crux of the matter. This is really the psychological problem that children have been brought up to say sex is love. You don't get sex. You don't have sex in a relationship. You're not loved. You're not wanted. You're going to be rejected. Look at me when I was in 2014 and I was told by a counsellor I had to have sex in order to keep a good guy. A whole woman's self-worth is tied to whether a guy is going to have sex with her or not, basically. And she can't get a good guy because all good guys want sex. Well, actually, that isn't a good guy, is it? If he wants me to do something that I don't want to do. Megan. Hello, Sandra. I'm having a really, very interesting conversation tonight. Lovely to see you, Megan. Lovely to see you, Eddie, again. So, we need to be posing these questions to sexuals. Things need to change in the world. They've got it all upside down. It's not asexuals that need to change. It's sexuals that have got the problem, not asexuals. Not wanting sex is not a problem. Not wanting sex is great. Less paedophiles in the world. Less people sexually attacking people. Less people raping people. The more asexuals we have in the world, the better, as far as I'm concerned. The less people that experience sexual attraction, great. What about all the pluses of asexuality? Do you know what I mean? There should be more of us. Another point is, even if you give yourself to someone, doesn't mean they will stay with you or genuinely understand how you feel. That is completely 100% true, Megan. I totally agree with you. If you didn't know my personal story, I was pressured into sex at 16 years old. Like, that's the legal age in the UK. And, I gave in because I didn't want to lose the guy. And he was like, all his mates are doing it. He was a few years older than me. I think 2 or 3 years older than me. And I did that with him. And then 6 months later, he dumped me. And not only did he dump me, he told me he'd been looking at other women behind my back, including at a bus stop right next to me. That was the moment in my life that I stopped trusting guys at 16 years old. Because I never, ever thought he'd be doing that. In a million years. Like, I never thought while I was stood with him, he's there gawking at other women and looking at other women and fancying other women. Never entered my head, because when I was a teenager, I didn't think about sex at all. And I didn't think about looking at a range of guys like that, And so it was just like really, really weird for me. And so, yeah, I totally, Megan, agree with you. If you have sex, like, for me, it's very difficult because I always thought I'd be with a person who had sex with me. I thought that person would be with me forever. And I stayed with that person, or in the past, different guys, I guess, some of the time because, I thought I'd done that with them and it's the most intimate thing I can do. And I got to stay with them now because otherwise they've got a piece of me that they shouldn't have had else. It was really weird. The way I felt, it's very difficult. And even now, like if I kiss guys in clubs, I'm very boundary driven. There's like certain places they cannot touch and I do not want that intimacy with that guy. I'd like to find the right asexual guy, if I'm absolutely honest, eventually, and someone I can trust to be in a forever relationship with, where I can actually fully be like as intimate as I choose to be or not to be, and with the safety that hopefully you won't go and leave me. But, there's always a chance that someone could leave you, or that you could leave them if they're not the right person for you. Eddie, sex isn't everything. Music, movies, TV shows and fashion. It's over and subliminal. Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you, Eddie. But I don't watch TV. I'm not into fashion. Movies I filter, so I don't watch TV movies. I only watch movies on my Blu-ray player or cinema. So yeah. But music, I like a lot of Latin music, and the videos are very sexy. Those videos, I'm very sexy dancer though. So, but yeah, some of the videos I like with the Latin music, the salsa music. If I got YouTube playing, usually I play it in the background, so I don't look at that stuff. But if I do look at it, the women have got like scantily clad clothes on. They've really got their boobs showing. They've really got their butt showing. So I do like some music that is very sexy, sensual, and the videos are very provocative, but a lot of the time I'm not even watching the videos. Megan, yeah, it's really unfortunate. It seems like pressurizing people to be normal, to do things they aren't comfortable with, that seems to be an okay idea for the general norm. Exactly. It's not asexuals that are ones that need to change, to be quite frank with you. I mean, why the hell does the world want to bring kids up thinking their self-worth is tied to sex? That love is tied to sex? The self-esteem is tied to sex. It's just completely and utterly wrong. The whole education system, how people are brought up in society, it really needs to change. Honestly, I'm so serious. It's just ridiculous. I'm really hoping my Asexual Guide to Sex book can really change things. You know, I've finished another story now. I'm getting there. So, you know, yeah, I've finished that. You know, like I just want to get that book out everywhere I can. When it's published, I just want to make that my main focus, really, because I really think that could change lives in the society as we see it, you know. But I mean, this guy just kept going on and on and on, you know. He was asking me all these intrusive questions, and so, you know, I said I was off to sleep, and then he still was asking me questions. This was yesterday. So I said to ask this last question, and then that is it. I can feel aroused in my body sometimes when I kiss, but it never makes me want to have sex with anyone, as I don't experience sexual attraction. I have answered enough of your personal questions and don't wish to answer any more. I'm off to sleep. And then he's going, I asked a trauma question. He's justifying the trauma question now, which I don't understand his justification. To me, it's gobbledygook. I asked the because it says, it's basically if you have trauma in your life, that's why you're asexual. So he said, I asked a trauma question because statistically, the majority of people are not asexual. That was a normal question driven by historical human statistics. How the hell has the fact the majority of people are not asexual got anything to do with a person having trauma or not? It hasn't. It just means we're a minority sexual orientation. I don't see how low figures of orientation can result in trauma having to be the cause of it. I don't understand that. There's no logical reasoning to me there. And then he's decided to then share a little post that goes, human sexual activity, any activity solitary between two persons or in a group that induces sexual arousal. Sexual activity is not the same as sexual attraction. I didn't bother answering him anymore. I'm not going to carry on having conversation with this guy. That was it. I've had enough. You know what I mean? I'm not going to waste any more time of his intrusive questions asking me, do I masturbate? Do I get the height of basically sexual arousal in my menstrual cycle? Do I have, am I asexual as a result of trauma? And all the other stupid, insulting, ridiculous questions he was asking me. The first guy was better. He was asking me questions in a nice, pleasant manner. But this guy who thinks he's presenting that he's asking me in a civilized manner is not. You know, it's blooming ridiculous. Megan, listening to the music on Spotify, I have to find songs that aren't sexual. So I have a lot of instrumentals and remixes. I understand, yeah. There is a lot of stuff that's sexual. I do like a lot of songs that have sexual videos behind them. But I have liked some sexual songs that I didn't even know sexual. Didn't even know sexual. Sorry, I was going to say asexual then. There's one song, and I thought it was empowering and motivating. And then when I really listened to words, I'm like, this is about sex, but that's not what I thought it was about when I was listening to it. Feel This Moment. So it's a song, like a dance track called Feel This Moment. And I love it because it's like feeling the moment. But when they're actually, you think about the lyrics and actually really dive deep into it, as far as I understand, it's saying feel this moment because we're having sex. Like, but I did, but I don't like pay attention to that bit. Megan's talking to Eddie and says, I used to listen to rap when I was younger, when the gangster rap craze came in, and after a while I bailed and went to rock and metal, and now goth and darkwave. Megan, nice. I'm also into the goth stuff as well. Well, I am still into Latin music. I love it. I'm still into Spanish music, salsa music, and foreign music. And I love foreign guys. And whenever I listen to foreign music, it makes me so happy. But it does make me feel like I want to snog a guy's face off, a foreign guy's face off. It really makes me want to kiss a lot more usually. But it makes me a lot happier at the same time. So if I'm feeling like I really want to energize myself, like especially in the mornings before work now, then I really love listening to foreign music. Despacito is one of my ultimate favorite foreign songs of all time. I listen to that all the time. It's fantastic. And I really makes me high octane energy. I feel so vibrated, so elated, but vibrating, vibration, high vibration. I feel like I'm vibrating, which sounds very sexual, but never mind. Yes, so I feel like I'm, living in a high octane energy state when I listen to all that stuff. And of course, I love the just thinking about foreign guys, but obviously, it does make me want to kiss a lot more, and you can't kiss in this time anyway. So I'm then thinking, okay, so it's a balancing act for me, like between like feeling really like I want to kiss when I listen to this music, but I like the music for energy. And when I don't listen to the music very often, I get low energy then, because I use music to energize myself. It's one of the things I do. And I'm not personally into goth or stuff like that. I'm into like dance music. A lot of asexuals are, though, I have to say. A lot of asexuals like gothic music and goth stuff. Tons of them do. Eddie's not even asexual, but Eddie's got an asexual partner, so Eddie fits in well with the asexual community in that respect. Do you know what I mean? I love dance music. The oldest I like to go back, really, if I'm choosing most of the time, is 90s. So I like dance, club music. I like reggaeton. I love reggaeton music. Obviously I've said all Spanish, salsa, that type of music, some pop music. I like some rap music, some reggae music. I do like some soul music as well, but yeah, dance and club, reggaeton mostly. And techno. I like techno music a lot too. Yeah. So kind of the high octane energy dance tracks. Yes, and I am amazing. She is amazing. Yeah, I've got a t-shirt with that on. A design I did. Amazing, I think it says. Yeah. And my Redbubble asexual shop links down below. Megan, honestly, my music taste is all over the place, but I just personally like to dress goth. Yeah, my friend, my best female friend, she is a bit gothic. She has been. She's into skull stuff. She's into kind of black clothes. Black clothes look really good on her. She's into like biker gear, but her partner she got with last year is a biker, so that works out really well. She goes on a motorbike with him. And yeah, so it's typo negative season. Typo negative season. So my best female friend, she is quite gothic. She's very interesting because she looks very kind of Italian. She's got very dark features, but she's into like kind of like dragons as well, dragons and skulls. So me and her are very different, but we complement each other quite well. So she's into lots of dragons, lots of skulls. She's also into meditation, like Buddha stuff. So dragons, skulls, Buddha, a kind of a bit like gothicon mix, like roar of the dragon and then the calm Buddha. It's kind of like but yeah, and she wears quite gothic clothes sometimes. Some gothic jewelry as well. So goth stuff I like too. Yeah. Oh, it was a band. Oh, sorry, Eddie. I don't I'm very modern though. Like I like obviously really young music and modern music, and I like younger guys, but a lot of younger guys like older music. Like I come across guys in their 20, like 23, 24, and they're into like the Beatles and the Beach Boys and stuff like that. And stuff from like the 70s and some 60s music. And like I met a guy on ASAP who's lovely as a friend, and they're into 1920s music. And I'm like really modern. But the British guy that I've been romantic attracted to lately, who is a romantic attracted to me, but nothing can ever happen because it just can't, because he lives too far away. Then he likes a lot of the same type of music as I do, a lot of the same type of music, and that's quite rare for me to meet another asexual, especially a guy that was like the same type of music as me. Megan, the Beatles are good too, haha. Yeah, I mean, I do have 60s and 70s music because I used to do hospital radio presenting, and I have got some CDs for music for older people. Sorry, Megan, I know you're like really young. But when I did a hospital radio show, I used to do and I've done two types of completely different types of shows. Adult, like when I say adult, I don't mean naughty. I mean like it was for people like 60s and 70s, like age group, for older people, and request show. And they used to request like Frank Sinatra, the Beatles, Des O'Connor, all that type of thing. I haven't got Des O'Connor stuff. I haven't got Des O'Connor stuff. But I have got some 70s and 60s compilations because I used to play a lot of the stuff for them. And I've also done a kids show, which was amazing for 5 years. And I used to do competitions, they could win prizes, so we did a lot of pop music on that. When I was in high school, a band came out called Squirrel Nut Zippers, and they used to play American swing and jazz. Wow. I've actually done I've done different, I've got bronze in freestyle disco dancing. If you didn't know that, I have highly commended. I had to do 2 dances in front of a panel of judges for that. But I've also done Irish Appalachian dancing, and I've done dance lessons, and I've also done ballroom and Latin American dance lessons as well. So yeah, I've done that as well. So I really do love dancing a lot. But I've done different types of dancing. My favorite is freestyle disco because I just like doing my own thing. I don't like sticking to rules where dancing is concerned. I just like doing what I feels right with the music at the time. And so yeah, it's it's just incredible feeling dancing. I love dancing so much. But yeah, so I'd be great if I could meet an asexual guy who liked dancing, really. Excuse me, like I do. It'd be really cool. But yeah, I like a lot of really, really modern music. And a lot of the asexual guys that I come across don't. It's like Megan, I love ballroom dancing, modern dancers, but I'm horrible at freestyle dancing. Oh, you're the opposite to me. I love freestyle dancing. I mean, seriously adore it. Like when I'm in the club, usually the foreign club that I go to, usually, which I can't go to because of COVID at the moment, then I'm usually like they clear all the dance floor for me at the beginning. Like there's couples dancing salsa when I go in there. There's about 5 couples if you're lucky, 2 most of the time. So they do the salsa dancing, and then they bring in the pop salsa later on, and it turns into like a full club. Do you know what I mean? So they got the salsa like dance up to like 11 p.m. And then after that, it starts going like more chart music stuff. And so usually when I go there, the couples decide to just go off, and I end up being the only one dancing on the dance floor like a crazy girl in front of everyone in the pub place. Oh, hi, my life. Sandra's a whirlwind on the dance floor, yeah. I got news. You better make it quick, my life, because I can't stay on too long tonight because I've got a new job and I've got to get up for work soon, so I have to go in a minute. So I have to make my stream shorter at the moment because I have a lot of training I have to get through, and I have to get up even earlier tomorrow than normal. So, oh, you have a job too. Congratulations, my life. Congratulations. That's wonderful. You got the job. Well done, you. Yes, I have a brand new job. Yeah, I'm on my 3rd day of training today, and it's like 2:29. I've got to get up about 7 o'clock, so I don't have much chance to sleep. So yeah, and it was very intense yesterday, and there was so much training, and my head was about you know, like, and I got home, I was really tired. I got given homework. We got sent home early to do homework, but then I fell asleep while I was doing homework, and then I had to do it later. And I've been doing it for pretty much all the night while I'm at home. And my life at work a few days ago was like, oh, he's open. I'm a cashier. I felt so validated. Oh, congratulations, my life. So congratulations on the new job and the fact that, you know, that they said he as well, because you're trans, aren't you? That's really good. That's pretty good. Well done. Most customers thought I was female, but that one was like, oh, that's good, my life. That's really good. It's really empowering for you. It's really, really good. I'm glad you haven't been asked 1,000,001 intrusive questions like I was that I read out earlier. You know, this guy I've just stopped replying to, he's just a nightmare. You know, absolute nightmare. They looked and automatically was like, he's a dude. This is good. This is good. So yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Really good. I'm really proud of you. Really proud of you. So yeah, really proud of you. It's really good. Yeah. So my life is trans, so it's really, really good. Aren't you, my life? Pretty much. So yeah. You're trans or non-binary still? I think you're trans, aren't you? So yeah. So I have to go. I have to go because I've got to get up to have training. I know Gamers just come on and said, oh, trans, masculine, and non-binary. So yeah, trans, masculine, and non-binary. That's really good that you were asked, you know, referred to as guy. I'm really pleased for you. So anyway, I'm going to conclude the stream because although I love to carry on, I do have to like limit my time to less time at the moment, especially because like I've got to get up really early these days, and oh man, I don't like going to sleep early. I really don't. Trying to get used to going to sleep early is very difficult. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much, Eddie, for being here. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, my life. I'm so proud of you. Great to hear your new news. I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I'll see you on the next video or live stream. Don't forget to embrace your quirky and each other's. And if you haven't already subscribed and you're new to this channel, hit the great big subscribe button and hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. My life, night. Stay safe. Much love. Megan, good night. Good night, Megan. Good night, my life. Good night, Eddie. Lots of love to everyone. Take care. Thanks for being here. Congrats, my life again. Lots of love. Bye.